Hey, welcome back. This is Lone Wolf, and we are playing Vintage Story with version 121.0. And look at that. Something I wanted to do probably back in like episode 4 was to build this beehive kiln. And now it's here. It's ready to go to work. And I've got refractory brick tier 2s that I need to put into bricks and fire. So let's go grab the mortar. See what we can do with these things. I'm just going to make sure. Well, actually, let's make the grates. Apparently that's not how. Oh, it's because these aren't fired. That's why. That's what's wrong. Okay. They're not fired. And that's what this is for. Do that in the pit kiln, will you? I truly have nothing else that I know of that I need to fire, so we're certainly not going to have this place filled to the brim. But that would take a lot of pit kiln firing. I'm pretty sure I just light this with my torch. Yeah, that's how you do it. Are you lit? Yeah, you're lit. I've seen people light each one of these. I don't know if it changes the speed or anything. I have no idea. I have so very little experience with this. Okay, there's the fire. I know it will spread. Obviously, I can't light the interior stacks, but I can light all of these. All right, I think they're all lit. And now it would be unsafe for me to go inside the kiln. Firing for, so it's been a quarter of an hour. Receives heat. I have absolutely no idea how long this is going to take. I've decided that you're in a really piss poor place. Ooh, let's put this out here and make it look like this is a special place. So the stones around this little perimeter here, I placed there because, as you know, if you've been watching the series, I've been working hard to get rid of all the mushrooms that were growing in here, and I would dig up the dirt, replace the dirt. Instead of just breaking the mushrooms, you break the mushrooms, you know the mushrooms are going to grow back, and I was trying to rid myself of the mushrooms. But I kept having mushrooms come back. I can't say that it was in the same spot, and I don't think that it was, but I couldn't tell you that, right? So this was my test to make sure that, okay, I changed all of this soil. Let's see if any mushrooms come back. And it's been so many days that mushrooms would have come back already if they were going to. You look like you're spoiling. Okay, well, we'll focus on eating you. I love it. I love it. So the fire clay bricks aren't going to stand up as well as the refractory bricks. Um, I don't really have nearly enough. I need more quartz. Uh, I need more bauxite. I need more olivine. I need all of it to make more refractory bricks. So, what shall I go for first? I think I'm going to go and collect bauxite. So, let's see. That was through this translocator. All right, so now I have it noted on the waypoint, and we're heading on out. I'll bring you back when we get there and get going on stuff. So right here, I'm seeing bauxite on the surface. I'm going to investigate. Sorry, the hiccups. Okay. So it's completely and fully expected to find the bauxite here. All right. What I want to know is how deep do it go? Guess I have my answer. But this is closer than going, oh, pardon me. Closer than me going all the way over here. My goodness. I think I'm going to just collect bauxite from here. I don't need to travel and make things more difficult for myself. Then I have to. And beautiful chalk. So we had just slightly less than one stack of bauxite back at home. And I'm looking for another four stacks of the stuff. My goodness. If you're thinking, weren't you hiccuping in the previous episode? Well, the answer is yes. I'm just recording these one right after another right now. I'm having too much fun to stop playing, to be quite fair with you. For me, getting the cementation furnace built and the windmill, even the simple one that we have, is where this game really starts to get exciting. For me, this is like, okay, we finally get to play now. We've got all those iron blooms that have just been sitting there for, I have no idea how many episodes. They've been sitting there a long time waiting to be processed. So we've got the pulverizer. Next, we need to make the helve hammer because I don't plan on pounding all of those bloomeries into ingots by hand. No, 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 no. That's what an automated helve hammer does. Well, sounds silly saying automated because what could you do with a helve hammer if you didn't have power to run it? You can't turn it by hand, and that would be stupid. You would just simply pound it out by hand from the forge and use your hammer. One of the wonderful benefits of a helve hammer is that it doesn't consume any durability on the hammer itself. So once you make it, it doesn't break because of loss of durability. We're we're gonna call this the hiccup episode or something. I wonder if this can be found closer to where the translocator comes up to the surface. I mean, not that we're not plenty close to it, but if it's even closer, well, it would be silly to not take advantage of that. All right, we've got 4, 6. We've got 10 stacks of the good stuff. And I'm going to put a pillar here. I don't think we need to go up quite as high here because it's a pretty flat area. Oh my goodness. That was not something that I was expecting, I can assure you. Let's get the chest off because there's no room in the inventory. Really absolutely no reason for me to transport that home. So here we are, and there's the ruin that we came through. So that made this a very pleasant chore. See, none of this has the bauxite on the surface, so I just don't think. Oh, copper. So I don't think there's bauxite right below the surface like we just found back there. Wow, we found tin. Always a bonus. This stuff just is getting more and more spoiled as it sits in my inventory. And this is commodities trader, okay. I'm glad I connected these. And I'd say I'll meet you when I get home, but we're here and well, there's home. Look at this smoke coming out of the beehive kiln and the windmill just working away. The windmill will be raised. I really just don't have a clue. Wow, I don't even see my stuff in there. I know on a cementation furnace we can open that door. Okay, fired for 82. No idea. Okay. So I think the next thing is working on, oh my gosh. I am drinking. All right. Need to make a couple of helve hammers. My goodness, Wolf. Oh, no, no. And I think they require 2 ingots. But I can't say I'm sure. I want to move this back 1. Boy, I've definitely got the hiccups. I wouldn't mind them going away. Let's go show you what we're doing, how we're doing here with the pineapples. We now have 32 pineapple seeds. And I just keep planting and regrowing them and getting another seed, another here and another seed there. Gonna move the fire pit too. Let's see if this will make a fire pit. No, it will not. Okay. Helve hammer head. Without a question, takes multiple ingots. That's all I needed to see. Wow, look how quick that was. Oh, Wolf, you only need 1 helve hammer. Well, that's true, but had I thought of it, I'd have made 4 while I was at it. Because we will be using four helve hammers. That's how I roll. All right, looks like I need some logs. I think the only place I have logs is inside the house. And I need 4 to get the fire pit established. And then I can remove them. And then I can put peat on it. Would you repeat that, please, Pete? No, Pete. Just can't make me do it. Yeah, I try to have a sense of humor. I don't know that I don't know if I'm ever funny or not, but you know, I try to have a sense of humor. All right, put the hammer away. Let's get you all cooled off. Let's throw you in the drink. Guess I didn't realize they don't stack, but that's okay. All right, so my special stuff. At least I have a door for the cementation furnace already. All right. And mechanical power. Quern, helve hammer. So I've made the helve hammer heads. So we just need a bunch of wood, which we have. And they don't stack either. All right. Mechanical power. So helve hammer head, helve hammer itself. Uh, the base. So 1 resin, chisel and hammer, and boards. Yes, we are going to have 4 helve hammers. Okay. So helve hammer itself. I find that interesting okay, the wooden toggle, 4 resin each. And then is this where I put the rotors? Okay. Was it 4? So it was 1. Okay, so I have the 4 for that. I have that. Now I need 4 for fat. And there's wood involved. Okay. Here. Hope the chisel holds up. If it doesn't, don't really care. Okay. So, I believe we have all the pieces. Pretty sure we have all the pieces. If you add an additional break, it must be placed. Yeah, we're not going to use breaks. Larger, more complex builds can be created using the large wooden gear combined with standard gear, transmission, and clutch. Okay, 2 resin. All right. Well, we're not going to do anything about that for right now. I am not placing these necessarily where they're going to go. Just getting them out of inventory. Of course, we could assemble what am I missing from the back? Okay, there is my functioning helve hammer. So we have a tin bronze anvil. Time to turn some blooms into ingots. It takes a lot of ingots. Oh, let's put that away. It takes a lot of ingots to make an iron anvil. So I've got a lot of pounding to do, and I won't make you watch it or allow you to watch it. I'll bring you back. I would, in fact, allow you to watch anything. So that was silly. Not quite what I meant. So just for clarification, there's nothing being hid here. All right, so smelted a lot of bloomeries into ingots. I think that with Napster, I believe that it takes 2 extra ingots to make this with Napster than if you did it by hand. I say that because it takes 12. That's what my mind tells me my count was. But the handbook says that each piece takes 5. The most important thing you need to know ahead of time when you're trying to make an iron anvil is that you must have powdered borax. We found borax someplace and I mined it all up, and I'm sure that I mentioned in the episode that yeah, we've got more borax than we'll be able to use in the entire playthrough. We will use 2 pieces each for a coffin lid for the cementation furnace. I got visitors down here. Only visitor, apparently. So, with the 4 helve hammers that I have, they will all be hitting the same iron anvil. So I will assemble these and put them in that way when I'm ready to be able to use them. And we'll be doing more things with the windmills and all of that. And I need to get more logs and stoke up the Beehive kiln again. Again, I am very, very much a newbie on this thing. Two, four, six, 8. 8.5 gets me my 9 stacks of firewood. I'm sure all you have to do is light one of these. I have serious questions as to whether it actually helps to speed things up if you light more of these. I have no idea, as I previously mentioned. So I'm just going to light the 4 corners and be done with it, because I think it's a waste of time otherwise. Okay, so it should say receives heat. Okay. So it's now fired for 15 hours. I haven't the slightest idea how long it's going to take, but we are going to end the episode here in front of our helve hammers, our beehive kiln, windmill pulverizer. Excellent. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here with me watching this episode. I appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and thank you to all of those who have done so recently, ever. Please consider clicking on that like button. It helps the channel. Love to hear from you, so please comment. I do my best to respond to each and every one, and each of them is meaningful to me. As always, come watch the next episode, won't you? Thank you so much, and goodbye.